Welcome, my name is Gina and this is Second Act Adventures. And on today's video, if you are tired of making resolutions or picking a word of the year that doesn't stick because you pretty much forget about it by the time February rolls around, stick around. I found a really cool little art project. If you're not crafty, it doesn't matter because you could easily do this on your computer and print it out. But I'm going to take the arts and craft route for this. I found a really cool little project on Instagram that I thought would be a great way to solidify my goals for the next year and to have a physical representation of them in front of me so that I can see that is more specific than a vision board. So if that sounds like something that might be interesting, stick around and let's welcome 2026. All right, well, a few days later, I am finally sitting down to do my 2026 project. So basically, what this project entails is that you are going to make a 2026 bingo board. And you are going to put on the bingo board things that you want to do or accomplish in the coming year. What I love about it is it's physical and it's specific. So instead of just having a video or a vision board of a person working out to remind me to work out, you can make your bingo board very specific to working out. I will go to the gym 3 times a month. 3 times. 3 times is a whole year I'm going to go to the gym. But do you see, you can make it very specific. So you can make it any size. So this, just to give you an idea, this is 8.5 in my bill paying. 8.5 by 11. I am going with this size art paper. I believe it might be a mixed media paper. And the first thing that I'm doing is I'm going to draw a 5x5. A 5x5 square on here, rectangle. I'm going to label it and I'm just going to get it set up to put in my goals inside the little boxes. So I'm going to do that and then I'll share with you when it's done. Basically, I just divided up my bingo board. I did, because of the size of my paper, I did 2 inches here and 2.5 by 2.25 inch squares. Now I have Gina's 2026 bingo at the top. Like I said, if you're not the artsy kind, I mean, you could just, this could be the basics. This could be it. You could do it on your computer and just fill it in. But I like playing around with arts and crafts. So I've got these great watercolor markers I'm going to use today. I have a bunch of planner stickers that I can choose from. So many planner stickers, as you can see, that I'm going to use. I also have some washi tape. And I'm just going to have fun with it. And that is the whole point, right? It's to think of your goals, but to have fun creating this. I'm trying to think of categories of goals. So I'm thinking of self-care, which I've been very remiss about. I'm thinking of travel. I'm thinking of household projects that I want to do. And I'm thinking of health and wellness, which is different than my self-care category. So those are some of the social being more social. That's going to be a category. So I will share with you what I come up with and like my ideas behind it. So first I'm going to decorate the first part of this board, and then I'll share with you what it's like. it occurred to me like how specific I'm going to need to be, because, for example, I was going to set aside 1 hour a day for myself to do something fun. But then I think to myself, how am I actually going to mark that off? Like, do I wait to the end of the year and be like, yes, I did it every day? Do I mark it off if I did it 5 days a week? How do I keep track of that? So I'm thinking my goals have to be extremely measurable. So I need to think of how I could revamp that. So I'm still thinking about how to do that. It's actually hard to come up with 24, especially if you make your middle a freebie, 24 things that you want to accomplish in the year. You think that it's easy, but then when you sit down, it's hard to find the very specific things. So that is my challenge. I would love to hear some of your goals in the comments below. I just think it would be super interesting. So as I'm making this, you can see I'm decorating the middle. I'm also trying to make sure I'm spreading out my categories. So I'm not going to put all my like health and wellness in one section. So far, so good. I have some inspirational quotes down at the bottom where I had a little bit of space. This is actually super relaxing. Okay, that took a good 2 hours to do this bingo board, but I am really, really happy with how it turned out. I think it's going to be super motivating. So just some of the things that I would like to do. Join a hiking club. My husband and I loved to hike, and I don't really like to hike alone. So join a hiking club. Volunteer for something. I used to volunteer for a cat rescue, and I stopped doing it when I was caretaking. So I'd like to volunteer again. I have the Solo Adventure Challenge book. And if you don't know what that is, it's these little challenges, and you don't know what they're going to be until you scratch them off. And if you scratch it off, you have to do it. So I bought the solo edition, and I would like to do one a month. I will definitely share when I'm on my solo adventure. Skincare regime. I've been very bad and very lax with skincare, so that's something I want to focus on this year. I want to save at least $5,000 in savings above and beyond what I'm normally doing. Call my mother once a week. I know it's like, really, you have to put that on there, but it's just a good reminder. Like, call mom. She is 95. She's very, very with it. She lives in her own house. My sister lives with her. She's not a phone talker. She doesn't love talking on the phone. So if I call her once a week, that would be great. There is a Camp Widow Day in Buffalo, New York, and I would like to attend this year. I want to find and take an in-person class. I don't care what. One thing I was thinking would be fun is pottery. I really want to get a therapist soon. I really think I need it. I think someone who specializes in grief and anxiety would be great. Go tubing. I have wanted to go tubing for so long, and I talked to the family and they all want to go. So tubing is on my list. I have a half bath that I have to finish. I want to read 36 books this year. In the past, my goal was always 5 a month. I'm dropping it to 3 because I've really had a hard time reading since my husband passed away. clean out my attic, self-explanatory, go on 2 overnighters alone. I just want to go away and not have to take care of any animals. So that would be a really, really nice thing. Weightlift 3 times a week. I have a dollhouse. I'd love to finish the interior and exterior of it. She's sitting right over there in the corner. Attend a widow support group in real life event instead of, I do them on Zoom, but there's one local that I just found. I would like to up my average hours of sleep to 7. I'm working on it. Go to 3 live music events. Get my hair done professionally. It's been years and I want to get it done professionally. Take a girls trip with my girls friends. We were talking about maybe going to Cape Cod. I also have a downstairs library that I'm trying to finish. Lose 10 pounds. And average 56,000 steps a week. So some of these, as soon as I do it, I'll be able to snap a picture of myself like tubing and I'll put it on there. That's how I thought that I would do this, is I would take a picture and like a wallet size and just put it on there as I accomplish all of these things. But there you go. If you wind up doing a bingo board of your goals, share them. I would love to see pictures of them. And I hope that you enjoyed that little project. Hopefully it inspires you to do the same. I will see you on the next video.